Okay, so now you've got your base in place and you're ready to go. You're probably going to go to pizzicato next. And simply at your arm's length, go to the fingerboard and rest your thumb. So rest the thumb there. And then, let's start from the high side of the instrument. And it's okay if the thumb comes off a little bit, but if you have to go fast, keep your thumb on. It's just one, okay, give it a good pull. And go sideways, sideways, okay? So that'll be good. So remember, at arm's length, put the thumb on, and then do your pizzicato sideways. If you go underneath too far, here's what's going to happen. Okay? So that's not the nicest sound. Okay? So, sideways. All right. Then, as you go along in your book 1, you're going to start using your left hand. You'll probably learn first finger, second finger, fourth finger. And your hand has to be, pretty big and strong. So 1 to 4. Okay. So let's talk about what that looks like. To me, it looks like the letter C. Yeah, the bottom of the letter C is pushed in a little bit. Okay. If I could squish through the fingerboard, my second finger would come to my thumb. That's a good way to measure it. That if I could squish through the finger, my second finger, remember this is a string player's second finger, not piano player's second finger, could squish through, I'd come to my thumb. And there's that letter C. All right. The next thing I'd remind you is that when the bass player shapes his hand or her hand, you have a big space, little, little. We have an uneven hand. 2 fingers are as big as 3 fingers. This third finger you're not going to use for quite a ways. Maybe someday up here you'll be doing that. But down here, third finger's not going to be used at all. So remember a big space here, little, little, to equal the big space here. So these 2 sizes are equal, okay? 3 fingers doing the job of 2 fingers here. If you have trouble keeping these fingers apart, okay, and you've tried every thought pattern you could think of, like your first finger is allergic to your second finger and it can't touch it, okay, or something like that, and if you just keep touching with your other, does that look like your hand? Take your rosin case or a cork and put that in there. And then play your bass with the cork or the rosin case, and that'll teach you how to keep that spread apart. The other analogy I do to my private students, and what I was also teaching in the schools, is when did you ever see a spider trip over a daddy longlegger trip over their own legs? They kind of walk with their legs open no matter where they go. Okay? And it's rather efficient, whether in second position or first or half position. But the fingers are always walking and moving, and they're never coming in contact with one another. Just like that daddy longlegger analogy. Okay? So think of your left hand as a daddy longlegger. Notice where my thumb stayed. Right in the middle of the neck. Okay? Right in the middle of the neck. And it's turned. If yours goes a little flat, you're going to get a sore hand. Round is better. Round is more natural. How many people do you know walk down the hallway at your school with their hand like this? I mean, that's going to cause a lot of pain in here. So be nice and rounded. Nice and rounded. And remember, thumb behind the second finger. Pads of your fingers. These are rounded. We don't have to be like our violin buddies and be up top, but we can be a little more on the pads. Okay? And then big space. Little, little, 3 fingers equals 2 fingers. Okay? So good luck with that. Remember the spider analogy, keeping those fingers apart.